All right, guys, let's go ahead and get a message for the Divine Masculine Collective, and we'll see what's coming up for those of them who may be silent right now. Like, the energy feels a bit darker. Many of you can intuitively pick up on this as well. You know that they're either hermiting or they're just going through the dark night of the soul. They may be having a lot of tower moments. They could be fighting through a lot of karmic energy as well, where they're being pushed up against the wall to really make the right decision. Otherwise, it's wearing them out. Like a lot of the divine masculines in this particular reading, their energy levels, like they are worn out. And they're being given so many signs about creating shifts in their environment, giving up a lot of bad habits, like lightening up their vibration, getting clean. But it's really difficult for them right now. Many of you, as their counterpart energy, you guys could feel yourselves maybe struggling with the same things as well. Maybe not as bad, because I do feel like, because a lot of the divine masculines, they're naturally operating in the dark, which means they'll experience the darker energies or the lower vibrational energies. They'll indulge in them a lot more as well. Whereas the divine feminine, like you have the ability to transmute. So even though you might experience some of these bad habits, or you might pick up on things energetically that your masculine may need to clear, and it's like you're presented with a challenge, you can clear it a lot easier. And this is oftentimes why they're so drawn to your healing energy, is because of your ability to transmute the dark. It's like your lightness is so bright that the dark just dissolves. So I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, they may think about you a lot at this time, and just by thinking about you, it is enough to get them to experience a little bit of healing, a little bit of peace. Okay, so let's see what's coming up, and maybe it'll validate some things in your intuition as well. And I am seeing, for those of you, really walking that twin flame journey, this message is going to be a validation for the divine feminine energy to really send a thought or two over to your masculine counterpart, to let them know that it is okay. Your energy is very healing to them. Your energy is very grounding to them. And I do feel like they are at war right now when it comes to a lot of the karmic stuff that they're going through. So I'm going to shuffle the deck for a bit, just clear the energy out of it, and then I'll get one card to work with, and we'll see what it is they may be pushing through right now. It'll maybe help you to be more clear in your intentions, or even give you validation about some of the darker feelings or energy that you've even been experiencing, maybe even coming from your divine masculine. Okay, so we have parasite. Okay, so they feel like there's a lot of changes that they need to make in, I feel like it could be their environment in terms of like work. Definitely parasite is giving me like the people that are around them feel parasitic. And what I mean by that is like with a parasite, it's like they just feed on the host. I don't know why my throat is closing up for this reading. They just feed on the host, right? So I think that many of your divine masculines are like opening up their eyes to some of the karmic energies that they've been under the illusion of. Many of you divine feminines, like you could see their karmic situations are like there's deception there is toxicity, it is draining them, it's taking from them. But when you look, it's like your divine masculines in la la land. It's like they can't see it. Oftentimes the karmic energies are wrapped up in pretty little packages, so it's difficult to see on the outside, which is why a lot of your divine masculines have to energetically feel it. Okay, and that's how karmic energies cannot hide from twin flames, is that like we can see through it, we could see through the energy. It doesn't matter what the package looks like on the outside, how it's decorated. We feel things energetically. So I do feel like this is the darkness that many of you may feel, the exhaustion as well, is that the host has been taken over. But this is something that they know intuitively they can clear. It's just a matter of making the decision to do it, right? This is going to take a disciplined mind, and many of your masculines can do it. A lot of the times when the divine feminines feel like sometimes you feel the pull, you feel the darkness, so your first instinct is to really run in and try to help, but then the parasites may infect you as well, which is why a lot of you have gone through very painful cycles. It has been very difficult to let go, because once you try to go out and rescue and save and the parasites get a hold of you, it's difficult to walk away, right? It's difficult to detach. That's why many of you are like, oh, holy shit, like how do I just stop myself? Like how do I stop myself from having anything to do with my divine masculine while they're so toxic, like while they're so disrespectful, or why, or what, like when they're in a place of like lack, like they can't love on themselves, they treat others horribly, they allow others to treat them horribly. It's like, why are you now all of a sudden stuck in this cycle? So you learn discernment as well. Divine Feminine is like, this is just one of those lessons on the journey where you can't do anything to save them. Like, they have to be the ones to remove the parasite. Okay, they have to be the ones to want the healing. They have to want to get clean, is what I'm hearing. And for some of you, it may not even be like the drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. When I say clean, like, it might just be like a mindset, right? Like a thought process. Somebody lives in a lack mentality. Someone doesn't feel abundant, and it's like it's not going to mesh well with your energy, especially as you're learning to honor your own spiritual gifts. You're learning yourself how to manifest. Many of your divine masculines aren't in a place to honor those gifts or even to encourage or support it right now. So if separation is happening and the energy does feel heavy, it's because they're not themselves. The host has been taken over. Okay, this is why they might show up one day as like, you're divine masculine, everything seems fine in conversation, and then it's like they go deal with some of the karmic influences, and then they come back as like a version of themselves that's like so cold and almost like, just out to hurt you, out to get you. So, these cycles, or if you're having these types of experiences and you keep thinking, okay, I'll go back to the drawing board and, maybe this time I'll do this, it really is just a message for you to just be at peace with where your counterpart is on the journey, specifically your divine masculine, because whatever parasite this is, like I'm hearing, you have to be the one to... You've got to be the one to detach, so that it doesn't spread any further. Like, sorry guys, it's just this like vision I'm getting, and I don't know why I'm seeing Venom. You guys know Venom, like Spider-Man Venom. I keep seeing that. Okay, it's almost like you really want to help, but if you only go to touch them or reach out or try to heal in any way, and I know how it can be because it feels like your intuition is telling you to do it, but your intuition is there to assist you and help you. Okay, many of you know that little tiny gut feeling in there that says don't do it, versus this like, oh my god, impulsive kind of like, I could do something to help. Be very mindful of that energy right now, because again, with this whole Venom thing, like I am seeing it like just like grabbing a hold of many of you, and then before you know it, you're being drained, or you're experiencing cycles or aspects to your divine masculine where it's like they don't want to hurt you, but many of you aren't really, it's not clicking that it's like, it's not them, it's this parasite, the karmic energies, the heavy influences of karmic energies that they're under. They're still going off of that programming that's not in alignment with like, I'm autonomous, I have the ability to create my own life, I don't have to go along with this agenda. Many of them, it hasn't clicked yet, right? So yeah, I do feel like this comes through as a very strong message for those of you who are caught up in these painful cycles. Your divine masculine too can be very, it's just such a dangerous energy, because I know like with the divine feminines, it's like it feels very sensual, it feels very strong. The need to want to just love on them and be able to like get rid of the parasite, like the desire there is so strong, but you've got to rein it back and figure out where that desire comes from. Like the desire to put yourself at risk to save somebody else. That's the lesson that I feel with the divine feminines. It's like for the masculines, they've got to pull out their sword and fight. And for the divine feminines, I feel like you've got to learn not to sacrifice yourself for anybody. I feel like many of your divine masculines want to teach you this lesson as well, right? It's like some of them stay away because they literally want to protect you. They know what they're dealing with. They know what's inside of them. And until they're able to get it out themselves, they will always be in this energy to want to just consume you from head to toe and just spit you out type of thing. And that's why those cycles feel so terribly painful. That's why it's so difficult to say, like, I'm not tolerating this, I'm walking away. Because again, the parasites are strong. They literally pull you back. They want to take over that, good light energy that you do have, that forgiving, compassionate, unconditional loving nature. And sometimes, you gotta have conditions, you gotta have boundaries, right? It might be an illusion here that you're being fed that you need to have unconditional love for someone that's not reciprocating. Right? Reciprocation and discernment are two very important things on the journey, and that is what creates balance. Otherwise, you're just going to get sucked into the dark, and then there's no balance. There's no dark energy, there's no light energy. So for the divine feminines, you've got to maintain your light energy, especially now that you could see the cycles very clearly here with your divine masculine, with your person, right? The cycles are going like this because it's not them that you're dealing with right now. Parasite is a clear indication that they're under heavy karmic influence. Okay, the best thing that you can do for yourself is take your power back, snatch your energy back, and lock the doors, okay? They will come knocking again, and you will genuinely feel that difference. And believe me, when you have the strength and the courage and like the faith in this journey to walk away from them while they're under this parasitic attack, when they do show up, the universe will make sure that it's in a way that you can trust. Okay, guys? So I don't know who this was meant for. I hope it finds you guys well. Don't worry about the divine masculines. Like, they got it on lock. They know what to do. It's just a test here, a lesson here for you not to create more necessary cycles than need be. Okay? If you guys want to dig further into the energies, don't be afraid to check me out on Hipsy. Okay, guys? Take it easy. Bye.